All right, everybody, welcome to my channel. I am Captain Crush. I'll be your host for the next 15 or so minutes. What I do, I break down PrizePicks, Thrive Fantasy, Underdog Fantasy, DraftKings FanDuel, anything regarding fantasy sports, stats, props, you name it, I cover it. I do it in a fun and entertaining way. I try to keep these videos educational. That is the most important thing, is me giving you the tools to have a winning process. If you're here just to get picks, you might want to move on. I do go over those, but that is not my goal here. Like I said, my goal is to teach you how to become a winning player. That is most important to me. If you want to stick around, go ahead, sit back, relax, and let's cover these props. First, as always, we'll go to DraftKings. We have Miami Heat versus Boston Celtics, -8 for the Boston Celtics. They are being favored by 8 points. The Heat, they'll show up in the TD Ameritrade Garden tonight, and we will see what happens. Do I think they're going to lose by 8 points? No, I don't. Why? Because they got Jimmy / Jimmy Butler. And I think that Jimmy comes tonight, and I think that he says 8-point spread. I don't think so. Do I think Boston wins the first game? Yeah, I kind of do, but I don't think they lose by 8. Over under 211. It's higher than what we had with the Knicks game, but last night's game was an absolute masterpiece. Speaking of which, check this out. 6 of 6, baby, right here. Taco and the 5 all were discussed on the YouTube page. You love to see it. I had tons of DMs last night from all the soldiers crushing. You love to see it. That being said, let's go over to Thrive Fantasy. Check this out. We got Ross Stripling more than 3.5 Ks. Side note on MLB, anytime you take an MLB prop and it's strikeout specifically, there is a ton of variance. It's super hard to hit those. Next, Al Horford over 9.5 rebounds plus assists. And the following one, Jason Tatum, 9.5 rebounds. Guess what? Today is Boosted Wednesday over there. So if you're a new user, use code CRUSH. You'll get a free square. Jason Tatum. You take out Tatum's rebounds, put in the free square, and guess what? After 4 p.m., it says 5.2x here. It'll be paying 6.5x. So you're essentially getting a 2-man for 6.5x payout. You cannot beat that, okay? Plus, you'll get a free month trial into my all-access package, which includes my Discord, all right? Now, we will go over to PrizePicks, where I discuss these fantasy scores, all right? Check this out. We got Jimmy Butler. We got Jason Tatum. We got Bam Adebayo, Jaylen Brown, Al Horford. We got the whole cast of characters today, folks. Kyle Lowry, 24 fantasy points. Malcolm Brogdon, 25 fantasy points. Where are we going to go? Should I get the dice? Should I find the rigged coin? No, I'm not going to do any of that. What I will do is I'll go ahead and take these two, and where am I going? More, less, less and less. No, I'm kidding. I'm not doing less and less. Don't be ridiculous. It's going to be more and more. If I'm taking anyone today, it's going to be those two, more and more. I would dabble with Bam Adebayo less, most likely. Not sure what I'm going to do. Marcus Smart, 28.5. I like it, but we can go over this all day. But first, I need to check that notepad. All right, so here you can see I got my handy dandy notepad. Jason Tatum, 1.42 FPM. FPM is fantasy points per minute. 32% usage rate. That's massive. Jaylen Brown, 1.21 fantasy points per minute. 31% usage rate. Al Horford, 0.85 FPM, 12% usage rate. Smart, 0.89 FPM, 17% usage rate. Take a look at these usage rate. 32, 31, and then Malcolm Brogdon, 22%, who comes off the bench as the 6th man. Everyone else is sub 20%. All the usage is tied up with Tatum, Brown, and then Brogdon being the 6th man. That is so important with this team. You can automatically know that all the ball is going to be run through 3 players, okay? 2 specifically, because Brogdon usually comes in off the bench. Next, Jimmy Butler, 1.27 fantasy points per minute. As good as Jimmy Butler is, he still only has a 25% usage rate. All these usage rates are spread around. The Miami Heat do things differently. They grind you out. They're a defensive team. That's just what Spoelstra likes to do. Bam Adebayo, 1.15 fantasy points per minute, 25% usage rate. Kyle Lowry, scrub a dub, 0.86, 16%. Struss, 0.74, 17%. All these undrafted scrubs. Gabe Vincent, 0.69, 17% usage rate. And Kevin Love, the man, the best looking guy in the NBA, according to whoever a couple years ago, 1.01 FPM, 19% usage rate. All right, so we've covered that. That's the notepad. So with that in mind, you have to average the key to this is taking the fantasy point per minute, okay, and then averaging it out, and then finding what you think is going to happen based on minutes played. How many minutes do you think Jimmy Butler is going to get? If you think he's going to get 40 minutes tonight, take his fantasy point per minute, okay, and multiply it times how many minutes you think he's going to play. That is how you can determine if you want to go over under. So you take 1.27 times 40, whatever that number is, that would be determined if you want to get 48 fantasy points, which it's gonna be right around there. Same thing with Tatum. That is how you do it. I'm not gonna break out the calculator. You should know how to do that by now if you've been following me. And if you're a new guy, just go to calculator, type it in, and you'll see it all. Okay. So for fantasy scores today, Jimmy Butler more, Jason Tatum more, Smart more. Gonna stay away from Bam. Gonna stay away from all these scrubs. Not really sure how I'm feeling about Max Strus, whatever you want to say. Kyle Lowry. Honestly, look at this. Green. Kyle Lowry is the reason, believe it or not, even with Jimmy Butler, Kyle Lowry is the reason they were able to succeed so much that last series. The man finally showed up. Toronto Kyle Lowry showed up, and he literally came to play. He was a pivotal role in their success last series besides Jimmy Butler. It's always nice when Jimmy Butler doesn't have to carry the load. So Kyle Lowry, he doesn't have a great fantasy points per minute or usage rate. This is just kind of a gut play. I'm gonna go ahead and slide the more option here. Again, I'm not high on any of these guys. As I said, the first game is always a dice roll. Yesterday's game was a little different because that just screamed high scoring game. This game just screams defensive Eastern Conference Finals. Not that great of a fantasy point game. So keep that in mind. Bear that in mind. Whichever you want to do, keep it in your head because, and remember, Captain said to go easy. A lot of us won yesterday. We crushed yesterday. I don't want to see anyone betting outside of their means. If you won $500 yesterday, that doesn't mean you go out there today and you bet at 200 or 300 or 400 or at worst 500, because if you do, you'll go broke and you'll be at the plasma bank right where you belong again. And I don't want to see you there. When I roll by the plasma bank later today, I ain't trying to see my soldiers out there. All right, you guys, you have a good bankroll going. If you did yesterday, build on that. You don't need to be playing outside your means. Stay within your limits. If you have $100, you bet 5 to 15. 200, you bet 10 to 30, etc. I don't need to go over all those numbers. You guys are big boys. You're grown. Act like soldiers. All right. So these would probably be my targets right here. 2 Heat, 2 Celtic. All right. And if you want to dabble, you can take Bam under. Now, I've covered the fantasy score side of this. It's always going to be hard when we only have one game. WNBA, May 19th. Can't get here soon enough, folks. Now, I'm going to go over to the other part where I give you some target props to focus on. All right, here we are. So, a lot of you guys want to know, where do I get my target props? I do the 4 things. I do my model projection, the trends, the narrative, and the Vegas odds. I take all those 4, and then the 5th thing, obviously, which is my own knowledge and opinion of the matter, and I take it, and then I give you target props to target. They're not going to hit every night. No one wins every night. I can't guarantee a win every night. All I can do is guarantee you that if you take this, you trust the process, create your own process, you'll be a winner in the long run. One night sample size isn't enough to do anything, okay? First, I got an MLB for those of you that like to watch the bat hit the ball, whichever. Matt Liberator, I don't even know if I said that right. 4.5 Ks, 54%. The model projects it for 4.7. It was worth mentioning because it was a 54% chance to hit via the Vegas odds. I'm not really a big MLB guy, as most of you know. I dabble once in a while. Sometimes I hit, sometimes I get bit. You like that? Sometimes I hit, sometimes I get bit. Yeah. Next, my play of the day yesterday though was an MLB. Luis Castello. He hit his 5.5 Ks, or no, it was 4.5 Ks, and he came through. And I found that via Outlier bet. Okay, now we covered that. Let's go over back to the NBA. Now we have the NBA props that I want to target. Okay, Derek White, more than 0.5 turnovers. Yesterday it was MPJ and it came through. These are one of the most volatile props on the board. They're hard to hit. I'm not going to be high on it, but it's just worth mentioning because my model liked it, Vegas liked it, everything liked it. So there it is. I'm passing the knowledge on to you guys. My model projected it for 0.9. It is what it is. Those are always hard to hit. I wouldn't go, like I said, don't go heavy on it. I wouldn't. Derek White, more than 12.5 PRA. This is one that I actually do like. This is tough because he's been trending down. So first, he was getting all the minutes, crushing, and then almost there, and then nothing. The last game, the bench for the Celtics did nothing, but guess what? They didn't really need to. So let's take a look at what my notebook says. 53% chance to hit, -129. The model projects it for 14.5. That's a 2-point discrepancy. It's key. That is why I'm taking more here. I don't know how it's going to be. I don't know what the rotation is going to look like. I don't know. know. I can't even pretend I do. You don't know either because it's the first game of the series. If you go back to regular season and look what they did there, someone yesterday in the stream was talking about Davis owned Jokic in regular season, and I laughed him out of the stream because that's what is required when those comments happen. They don't care about regular season. There's 81, 82 games. They just don't care about it, okay? They care about these playoffs. They want to win. I can't make any decisions based off of that, okay? Not when it comes to making prop select. All right, next, Al Horford more than 6.5 rebounds, 54% chance to hit. My model projects it for 7. Unfortunately, I already know they bumped him up to 7 while I was doing this video. I still like it. I'm not going to be as high on it. It was nice when he was at 7. Now it's more of a push line. He'll have to get 8 to cover for us. It is what it is. Jason Tatum, 9.5 rebounds. I like that one a lot. My model projects him to get 10. It's 53% chance to hit via the Vegas odds. I'm taking it. Also, Malcolm Brogdon over 3.5 rebounds. This line has been static. It's been the same for a while now in multiple series. I'm going to continue taking more on it, even though it hasn't been hitting every night, but it's still the right play. I don't care if it hits every night. All I care about is making the right play. The last 5, the last 10, they don't mean anything to me. 53% chance to hit, minus 135. Model projects at 4, checks all the boxes. He's the 6th man. I'm putting him in. It's that simple. Another prop I wanted to discuss is Bam Adebayo, more than 17.5 points. Unfortunately, it's bumped up to 18, which now gives us the push equity. It'll now probably be a push, but it's still worth mentioning it. I'm sorry I'm a little bit behind today on this video. I had other obligations this morning. Bam Adebayo more than 17.5 was 53% chance to hit, minus 135. The model projects it for 19.7. So even at 18, my model still projects him for 1.7 points higher. We will take it all day. If he pushes, he pushes. If he sells, he sells. Y'all know how this is. We're gambling. We're chucking dice. We're doing it. It's the first game of a new series. It is what it is. All right, so I covered all the props from the game that I will be targeting personally. Now I want to go over some fun props that don't really mean much. Where are we at? Dunks. Probably going to stay away from most, if not all of these. I don't really like any of these dunks. Yesterday, I liked Aaron Gordon. It cashed. These, I'm not a big fan on. I don't really see any of these clearing. Maybe Bam Adebayo 1.5, but I'm not going to go there. Turnovers. I already discussed Derek White. Oh, they already have props for the next game. Nice. Not going to go there. I'm not going to go there for this game. Some of this other stuff, minutes played. If you want to take Jimmy Butler, 42 minutes played, and Tatum, 41 minutes, I actually don't hate these 3. These could be okay, assuming the game stays close. If you think the game's going to blow out, which it is an 8-point spread, you could take less and less there and more like that. That would be the right. If you think the game blows out, that would be the correct option. But if you think it stays close, I would just go ahead and take more on all 3. Again, I'm not high on any of these. These are just fun props. There's no real analysis to any of this. I don't care what anyone says. All they're taking is an average because you can't predict how many minutes the coach is going to play the guy. You just can't. You can give an average, but you can't give a statistical, be like, oh yeah, Vegas is going to give me minus. No, I don't want to hear it. I'm not interested. Moving on. Okay. Covered everything I wanted to cover on PrizePicks. Now I'm going to go to Underdog Fantasy. By the way, Underdog Fantasy, yesterday I created a pick 5 pick'em contest on live stream via TikTok Live. It smashed. I insure them, so I only get 10x, but if I get 4 or 5, it's 2.5x. If you don't insure them, you get 20x if it hits. And a lot of people posted screenshots last night on my Twitter, which is I am Captain Crush, showing me that they got that full 20x. You love to see it. Can I duplicate? Can I go back to back? I hope so. It's extremely hard, but we'll see. Freddie Freeman, lower than 1.5 total bases. Robert Williams, lower than 16.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Derek White, higher than 0.5 turnovers. Kevin Love, the good-looking Kevin Love, lower than 5.5 rebounds. And Kyle Tucker, lower than 1.5 total bases. All right? Make sure you insure this pick'em contest. This is what I used. Use promo code CRUSH if you're not on Underdog because I post content for this as well. Promo code CRUSH, minimum deposit's 10, maximum's 100. They'll give you a full deposit match, whatever you choose, and you get the golden ticket into my Discord. 1 month free trial, all access pass. You have nothing to lose. If you're skating on it, you're getting skipped. All right? Now, one more thing to discuss. All right, so what you guys can see, what I've been working on today, which is why this video is late and why the other day I didn't have the Discord ready to launch Monday. I'm hoping I'll be ready to launch it for tip-off for WNBA, which is Friday. So this is going to be my website. Here it is. This is what it's going to be, what I focus on. DraftKings, PrizePicks, Underdog Fantasy as it is. These are the tiers. The stuff's going to change. It has my links here, but it's basically going to be this. Silver silver package, $13.99 a month, which will give you all my props. You click, and then the gold package, which will give you all my props, the exclusive live stream, and the Discord community, which gives you access to the live streams, slip reviews, and more. So if you click this, it's going to take you over to my Dub Club, which this is how it's going to be. All right. So you'll be able to get this. You sign up for it. You get access into my Discord. You get all my plays, everything and anything you want. There it is. For those of you that got the free month trial from me, I will be sending you a code. You click it. You'll automatically be in for 30 days free. If you like it, renew. If you don't, skate. It's no skin off my back. I'm doing this for people because they requested it over and over again. Hopefully we can crush, but the Discord will be monitored by me. It'll be a positive community, and I will be active in there every single day, teaching, helping, and answering questions, and doing those live streams, where you can ask questions, and I don't have to deal with TikTok's follower count rule. So, with all of that being said, now we can go to Outlier Bet. All right, and here we are in Outlier Bet. Yesterday, this is the tool that I used to find my play of the day, the MLB, the Luis Castello, which cashed. All right, here we have Al Horford. This is where I found that Al Horford value. Last 20, last 10, it gives you all the statistics. Over 6.5 rebounds. It's now bumped to 7. It's still good, okay? But it was minus 140 at the time. Now it's gonna be different. But I just wanted you to see. It shows you all the last 10, the last 20. It gives you all the matchup stats, everything you need to know. It's right here, Outlier Bet. The link is in my description. You get a 7-day free trial. Click it. You can't beat it. Outlier Bet. That is my plug because this is my research tool, and I don't put my name on it if I don't believe it. All right? Now we've come to the end of the video. You made it. If you made it this far, congratulations. I appreciate you for coming and giving me a chance. If you're new here and you want to subscribe, I do this on the daily, every day. I cover NBA, NFL, PGA, some MLB, but I will be covering WNBA every day all summer long, and we're going to turn that printer on because we're going to crush. It's one of my favorite sports, not to watch, but to use PrizePicks for, okay? Come NFL season, I'll be covering DraftKings NFL Showdowns, which is amazing. It's the most fun you'll ever have, and the week-long normal salary cap daily fantasy sports format. It will all be covered. I've made hundreds of thousands in that. Can't wait to teach and show you guys my process for that. All right. For those of you who come on my Twitter and you're like, when I post winning screenshots and you're like, where did you post this? What did you do? Everything that I do is on my YouTube or TikTok live streams. And another thing, the Bruce Brown call yesterday. On the YouTube video, I said take the under on 14.5, but then we went live and it went to 15, and I actually switched my opinion and decided to take the over, and it actually helped. And some of you guys didn't get to make the live stream, and I understand it. So be prepared for that, because sometimes I change my mind as the day goes on, as news, models change, models update, and that is why attending the live streams is so important, okay? I appreciate you guys. If you want to give me a like and subscribe, do it. If not, just want to give me a salute, I'll take that too. Good luck tonight, and as always, let's crush.